Jada Barr. Nice
Hi,
to meet
I'm
you.
Logan. Nice to meet you. We're so excited to have you interview to be an English 3 teacher here at Riverside High.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Let's start by you telling me a little bit about yourself.
So I was born and raised in the upstate of South Carolina in Pickens County, and I'm now a recent college graduate. And I have a Bachelor of Arts in English Language Arts Secondary Education. And I just want to be a teacher because I want to inspire the next generation to love reading and writing the way that I've grown to.
Where did you graduate from?
I graduated from North Greenville.
Oh, so you stayed local. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Why are you interested in teaching here at Riverside in specific?
I have a mutual friend that works at Riverside. She is a social studies teacher, and she just loves the area and the environment of the school and the students. And I just wanted the opportunity to experience that for myself.
Tell me a little bit about your extracurricular activities.
So in college, I was in Beta Delta, which is a teaching honor society, and for my junior and senior year, I was vice president of that club. I'm also a member of the International Literacy Association. I'm a member of Sigma Tau Delta, which is North Greenville's chapter of a English honor society as well. I was on the dean's list for all 4 years of college. And during college, I had 3 jobs on top of all of that. I worked at the school as a work study, I worked at the YMCA, and I worked as a host at a restaurant.
Was your work study with English as well?
Yes, it was.
Awesome. When did you decide you wanted to be a teacher?
So, when everybody's a kid, we always have the typical answer, what we want to be, an astronaut, a ballerina, something like that. I always wanted to be a teacher. And, when I got into high school, I started exploring different options, trying to feel out what I was interested in. But when it came down to it, and it was time to go to college, I still really did want to be a teacher, and I fell in love with English in high school, so I think that's why I chose this avenue.
What kind of experience do you have in teaching?
So, my student teaching, I did teacher cadets in high school, and I had 6th grade, and then I had 2 placements before my student teaching, and I had my student teaching.
Where were your placements at?
My teacher cadet student teaching was at Pickens Middle School, and I had 6th grade. My first placement was at Burns High School in Spartanburg 1. I had 11th grade, and it was a really great class. I had really good students, and it was English 3, so it's something that I'm really interested in. And my second placement was at Chapman in Spartanburg 5, and I had seniors, which is completely different. It's a new experience for them. They're getting ready to go to college. They're kind of crazy. But it was cool. It was English 4, and I got to observe an AP class, and I got to student teach in a regular class. So it was cool to see the dichotomy there.
What other schools are you interviewing with?
So I haven't interviewed with any other schools as of late. This is my first interview, but I'm really excited to get into the interview process.
Which other schools or counties in specific would you be interested in interviewing with, if any?
Yeah, obviously Greenville County because I'm here, but I also wouldn't be opposed to one of the Spartanburg districts, Spartanburg 1, Spartanburg 5, because they're a little closer to Greenville County. And obviously I wouldn't be opposed to Pickens County. It'd be cool to go back to the county that I graduated from, maybe teach at my alma mater, but I'm just kind of keeping my options open.
Would you want to teach at any of the schools you've done your student teaching with? Were you comfortable there? Or
Yeah, I loved all the schools that I was at, especially Burns. It was a great environment. But I'm just kind of interviewing and trying to fill out different schools.
Definitely. It's the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So in 5 years, hopefully, I will have finished my master's degree in English. Whenever I start teaching, I plan on taking a few graduate classes online here and there, just try to start working on that. So hopefully in 5 years, I will have that finished, and maybe I'll be starting on a doctorate right after that. I'm not exactly sure. But hopefully I'll also be in the Greenville area because going to college here for the past 4 years and growing up, we're about 45 minutes from the Greenville area. I just really love this whole entire area that we live in, and I'd really love to stay here.
Grad classes, would you want to take those online, or would you want to do the at-school teaching and go straight to a classroom kind of thing?
I think it just depends on how my future kind of goes. As of right now, I think I would rather do online classes just because it'd be a little less daunting, especially as a first-year teacher.
Definitely.
Having to take, online, or taking online classes would be a little bit easier than having to go straight from school to school.
Definitely. What one word would you use to describe you?
I think I would use the word charismatic because I have a lot of energy when I am really passionate about something, and I'm really good at staying upbeat in those kind of situations, and I have a big personality, so I think people would describe me as charismatic.
What are a couple of your strengths?
Let's see. I think a couple of my strengths are that I'm very organized. I have really good time management, which also comes from being organized, because if you know exactly what you need to get done when, then you'll be able to manage your time a little bit more efficiently. And then I think I'm a good helper, because, when people have, problems or need help or need advice, I always want to step in and try to give that help to them so that they try to make their lives a little easier.
How do you deal with difficult people?
Usually I try to see the problem from their perspective and understand what they're going through, maybe more than what I can see, because you never know what someone is getting mad about. They may be taking something out on you that's not actually something that you did. So you need to take a step back, usually is what I do, and try to look at this situation from a third person point of view and try to just see that maybe I wasn't in the right the whole time, or maybe they're going through something that they are taking out on me, and I just try to, see what they're going through and step into that,
Definitely. So, lastly, do you just have any questions for me about the school or our area, that kind of thing?
I think my first question would be, what's a typical day at Riverside High School? Because, every school's different. Every school runs a different schedule. So I was just wondering what a typical day would be like for Riverside. And then the other question would be, would I have the opportunity maybe today to meet a couple more of the faculty and staff that you have here? I'd be really interested in meeting some people that might be my coworkers and stuff like that. So
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jada. We're glad to have you. You'll be hearing from us.
yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.